Coming up on Mountain News this morning, there's a spike in COVID cases here in our region, causing one county to return to the red zone. And a new blood donation center opens in a city in our region, welcoming new donors with open doors and arms.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It's Tuesday. I'm Dakota Makris. It's just before 5 o'clock, and I guess many of us are waking up with some rain this morning. Let's take it over to Brandon. Brandon, I woke up while I text our producer, is it raining? Because normally I do text her so I know how to, leave. And she's like, no, open up my door to my house to leave. No, it was raining. So
if only you had somebody who knew what the weather is going to do.
Evan Hatter's asleep.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to ignore you for the rest of this segment. We're going to go straight to live pinpoint Doppler radar, where Dakota, it actually is raining, if you could pay attention to that. But when you see green and yellow, that means rain. But anyway, we're looking at some heavy rain across parts of the area, so we're keeping a close eye on that as we head to the first part of your day. But we're going to see that kind of die out here in just a little bit. It was really coming through there for a little while, heavy rain, and then it kind of started to fizzle as it approached eastern Kentucky. But we still see some out there this morning, so continue to be careful on your morning drive. Some fog out there as well, not as much as I expected, but again, still some spots out there, anything less than 5 miles, which is nobody right now, is dense fog. So just continue to watch out. I'd say that it'll get a little bit worse as the morning goes through. 70 degrees in Prestonsburg, Logan, and Somerset. Mid to upper 60s across the rest of the region. 58 in Clinton. It's always colder in Clintwood. Breakfast forecast for us today. We are going to be seeing again temperatures in the mid to upper 60s for the most part, and spotty rain chances back and forth throughout the morning. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, State Representative Savannah Maddox is joining the crowded Republican race for governor in Kentucky. She made the announcement yesterday. So far, there are 9 Republicans running, including Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles, and Auditor Mike Harmon. Democrat Andy Beshear is running for re-election. Kentucky now has a commission to decide how to spend millions of dollars in opioid settlement money. Attorney General Daniel Cameron introduced members of the new commission yesterday. It is made up of lawmakers, cabinet members, and others who say they've seen the addiction crisis firsthand. They will figure out how to spend more than $480 million. The CDC reports that Kentucky had a more than 13.5% increase in overdose deaths last year, a total of nearly 2,400. Officials say this is a good step in undoing the damage caused by opioid companies.
Held opioid companies accountable for their role in exacerbating this crisis.
I hate to say that it's well-deserved because it's got a bad story, the reason why it's deserved. But at the end of the day, it's just great to see something positive coming from that.
Half of the total settlement of $483 million is going directly to Kentucky counties, and the commission will decide how to spend the other half. The number of confirmed or probable cases of monkeypox has increased to 31 in the U.S. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that those cases are in 12 states and Washington, D.C. As those numbers grow, health officials worry there could be community spread of the disease. That means infected people could give it to others in the U.S. To battle that, testing and vaccination is ramping up. More than 112 tests have been performed, and about 1,200 doses of the vaccine have been offered to people most at risk of contracting the disease. The 2-dose vaccine is the same as the one used to prevent smallpox. More than 600 cases of monkeypox have been identified in 26 countries. Well, Pike County has seen a spike in COVID-19 cases recently. The Pike County Health Department reported 101 new cases in 7 days, bringing the county's total active cases up to 141. Pike County Public Health Director Tammy Riley says this spike is in large part due to an outbreak at a nearby skilled nursing facility in Pike County, and recommends people to stay up to date on vaccines to decrease the spread of the virus as well as severity of symptoms.
90% of those under the age of 60 in Kentucky who die from COVID-19 were unvaccinated, and over 60% 60 and older were unvaccinated. So it's our most powerful tool to guard us against disease severity and death.
Well, the CDC recommends that counties in the red wear a mask while indoors in public, stay up to date with COVID-19 vaccines and boosters, and to get a test if you have symptoms or know you have been exposed. Well, the University of Kentucky is officially making masks optional campus-wide. The university's president sent the announcement out last week. Before, masks were optional everywhere except classes and student organization offices. The president says the campus will be using plexiglass. This move does not apply to UK healthcare facilities. Well, a new Kentucky Blood Center opened in Corbin yesterday morning. The center welcomed its first donor along with 14 other patients scheduled to follow. After a shortage of blood donations throughout the pandemic, the center is welcoming new donors with open arms.
We fluctuate pretty routinely for the last 2 years between urgent and critical need. Those things can happen really quickly. You can go from an urgent to a critical need in a half a day.
The Kentucky Blood Center supplies 70 hospitals around the state, so centers like these are a necessity. The center is open Monday through Saturday. After being closed for 2 years because of the pandemic, the Christian Appalachian Project has reopened its thrift store in Mount Vernon. Grateful Threads has been a staple in the community since it first opened in 2008. It offers affordable clothing and household items to families in the community. And although it had to close for the pandemic, officials say donations never stopped and volunteers kept working to support local families. Customers say the reopening was like a family reunion they were thrilled to attend.
It is so gratifying to be open, to have this day come, to be able to see everyone. Someone made the comment earlier, it's kind of like a family reunion.
One volunteer collected hundreds of prom dresses, allowing students to try them on and take a dress home for free by appointment. Well, thank you so much for getting your rainy Tuesday morning started with us here on Mountain News This Morning. When we come back, UK tries out a new way of working, giving certain employees some extra time at home.
Showers and storms will continue to plague the region off and on today. I'll track them out for you in about 3 minutes.